Co? Wchodzimy? Hi, Paweł.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
How do you do today?
I think I'm fine.
You think? Why? Something's not
No,
right?
I haven't been to the doctor, so I'm not sure.
And have you been to the dark side?
Nope.
No. So, you think you're okay?
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. So, how was your week as usual?
I don't know. I don't remember.
Have you done something interesting?
No, I was working. What can I
And
do? I work. That's
only
interesting. Oh, yeah. No, I saw some crappy movie. Oh, for
what?
example, um, oh my God, Spiderhead on
What?
Netflix. Spiderhead on Netflix. He
Okay.
Chris Hemsworth is a scientist.
Okay.
Shit you not. He does not look like a scientist, but they did try to sell it out. So he's working out while he's having a thought process about the experiment or something like that. So we are shown that he's like working out, but you know, using a stationary bike and sometimes punching some bags is not exactly how you got into shape of Chris Hemsworth, but
Yeah.
okay. And there was like a magnificent scene because they have like those devices on their backs. They are on the, I don't know, this is how it's called. It's a lower back on the spine.
Yeah.
And Chris Hemsworth at some point his device is damaged and he tries to reach for it and he cannot reach for it. And I'll just laugh. That movie was so terrible, so dumb. The worst part was that the screenplay was definitely treating the viewer like a dumbass. Like, no, they will not care. No, they won't notice. You know, those details, like some stupid explanations, like people who have like convictions. I don't know, that would amass to like cleaning streets. Perhaps they serve time. I don't know. It was so dumb. Oh my God. Yeah,
I remember I
I
loved
wasted
him.
one evening watching this, and I was like, "Oh my God, this is bad." But I also watched. I forgot last time we were talking about TV series, and I forgot the title. Ted Lasso, and Ted
The,
Lasso
okay.
is is really good. This is a TV series that was created in 2019, I think, and it got 2 seasons. And the major plot is about nice people doing nice things, changing in a good way and bringing joy to others. And that's how they solve problems, during the coronavirus. And the TV series is a hit smash. There's nothing like bad happening there. Only good choices, good things. It's so positive, and it's like crazy that during the 2020 2021 it got such a good reviews and someone created so positive story. But it's really well written and really fine TV series. I'm trying
About
to convince everyone to watch it because it's like, in our hemisphere, at least in Poland, it's not too popular. We don't have like too often Apple Plus, so it's kind of hard to convince people to watch it. But it's really nice. Good TV series.
yeah. But about Chris, I remember my favorite part that he was playing. It was in the new Ghostbusters.
Oh my God! Don't
It was
mention new
he was
Ghostbusters.
perfect. He was perfect for
What?
that role.
I don't know.
Come on.
New go. I we had
Stupid, sexy secretary.
with my friend. We had he uh, with my friend. We had on Tuesdays we had night evening of bed movies. We bought like a bunch of beers and we watched the next crap that we found.
Yeah.
And that was one of those movies. We watched it, and I'm so glad I remember very little of it. And Chris Hemsworth was tragic in it, and everyone was tragic in it. That movie is tragic. My God, and you are not talking about the new Ghostbusters, thankfully,
No,
but
no,
the
no.
previous ones.
I was talking
You're
only
talking
about
about
the
all
part of.
female
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was talking
Ghostbusters.
about the part of Chris, but
Yeah, I
not about the
know.
movie. But about the
He
bad movies I had that night, last night, I was watching Doom Annihilation.
what? What were you watching?
Doom, the second part, the sequel.
It has a sequel?
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, I applaud your life choices. I'm really.
No,
If you want to sometimes, I don't know, watch something that is decent, ask. I can give you some
add it
pointers.
to your list of bad movies for another night
No,
with your
no.
friend.
I know you said Doom Annihilation. I knew it is bad. It's the second
Yeah,
part of a movie that was, if it's about, if it's the second part of a movie,
yeah,
of course.
it is.
The movie was done like in 1995. No, closer,
No,
close to
no.
2000, but
Yeah,
it's like 20 years old right now.
and this is like few years, 19 or 18, 2018 or 2019. I don't remember
Awful.
exactly.
No. I remember the first one. I kind of liked it, but I don't remember why. I remember the Rock was playing there,
Yeah,
and the
and the guy from Riddick.
and from Riddick.
Yeah, he played in Riddick, Vaco, Lord Vaco.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
That's
don't remember his
who
name, but this is the
who
actor.
remembers the second part of Riddick. Oh, come on.
Yeah, and
He
in
now
Red.
plays in Boys. He plays major part in Boys
Yeah.
right now. Anyway, no, I would not watch it, and I stopped having, unfortunately, Tuesday of bad movies, but I still encounter bad movies like Spiderhead. But
Yeah,
now it's not on purpose.
not the Doom
Did it.
Annihilation.
Once I did that because we wanted to see some of the crappy movies. The Man with the Iron Fist was something that I really held in close to my heart, because we often picked the ones that are smashingly cast. Okay, and there's always some Oscar nominated people in it, and they
Yeah,
play in such a crappy movies sometimes that it's like amazing.
like Green Lantern.
Um, I'm not sure. Green
It was
Lantern,
so tragic. Come on,
yes, it was
it is the
tragic,
walls.
but I don't know if the at that point I don't remember if I really liked Ryan Reynolds and knew him well. Ryan Reynolds at the time of Green Lantern was mostly playing stupid comedies,
Oh yeah,
like
romantic
romantic
comedies.
comedies and stupid
Yep,
comedies.
yep.
And he was not that famous like he's now. He is
No,
now really on top. But then no, there was also there played Taiti Waititi, the guy who did Jojo Rabbit, got an Oscar. He's awesome comedian, and now he does the Marvel movies, the Thor, the last Thor, and now the new one is coming, and he's a really cool guy. And he also played in this crappy Green Lantern. But Ryan Reynolds makes fun of Green Lantern so often that it's just a running joke,
especially in
right now.
Deadpool, the second part.
Yeah, but he does that. He has Ryan Reynolds has a cell phone company in Canada, and he makes and he has a gin making company, and he creates short advertisements on internet for those two businesses, and he often makes fun of Green Lantern one
He
way or
should.
the other. So he always he just decided to make fun of those movies. He does the same with Wolverine
Yeah, and he
and all the
should.
crappy movies he played, and this third Blade, yeah, Blade. He played
Yeah.
in the third part of the Blade,
Yes.
which was crappy.
Trinity, yes?
Yes,
That was.
Blade Trinity.
Yeah.
That was a crap. Oh my god.
Yuck. Come on.
Especially the second Blade was not that bad. It had
No, it
a
wasn't.
crappy special effects, but it was very well cast. Good director, I think.
I
Yeah,
don't
and it
remember
was
the
quite
director.
quite good movie. Ron Perlman was playing the main villain.
Yeah.
I was It was very good movie, but
The
well,
story was
well,
pretty well, but
it was pretty okay movie. Okay, not very good, but yeah, but the third one was the crappiest
yeah.
movie of all.
If it
Yeah.
wasn't for Wesley Snipes, I wouldn't watch that.
Yeah. Wesley Snipes was a
He's the best.
good actor, but during the age of his performances in Blade, that was the slope coming down to the current state of Wesley Snipes and his arrest and end of his career. So I'm not sure.
But he was a pretty good actor.
No, he's a really good actor.
Yep.
I've I think he forgot that he's quite a good actor, and the world forgot also.
Yes.
He played. He was. I remember that he was playing quite nicely in Spike Lee's movies.
Yes.
Before he became a major star, he was become he switched somewhere at some point into this action hero,
It's something like
action actor more, and he was good as long as he performed with Woody Harrelson, two movies I think, and both of them were really good and things like that. But then he just started to be like action star, and that was not good. We also watched with him like one of the movies that should not exist. It was one of the first movies he made after finishing his sentence. What was it called? My God, it was so boring. We actually thought that the movie should end. Like we said, okay, he done everything, and we checked out, and it was like 30 minutes into
no.
2 hour
Nope.
movie. Sandwalkers. It's called Sandwalkers. That was so
Haven't seen that.
stupid movie. It was about him. He was a cowboy who was traveling through desert, and there were vampires
Oh
trying to
god.
find him, and he was just traveling through the desert. I don't know
Come
what
on.
this movie was about. It was so dumb, so dull. The and the dialogue, the story was non-existent, absolutely non-existent. I don't know what it was, but we watched it. We were tough, and we said, I will not remember this movie in 2 weeks, and that was true. We only remembered the title. Never again we watched Wesley Snipes movie. That was the end. I said nope, we're not
I
doing
can
it.
see that. Yep.
But again, during those evenings, we finally found one movie that we really liked. It surprised us because we thought it will be crap. I have to check it out. It is with Ryan Reynolds, and it's this really cool movie. He was and starting to be good, I think. His career was, come on, I'm streaming and he's not
I don't know what you're talking
responding.
about.
Mom, just a second. I will check the title of the movie and I will. It's
This
about
time you're
Ryan
checking.
Reynolds, right? Yeah, Ryan Reynolds was playing
Before
a
our
guy.
stream, you should prepare the list.
I don't know what we're going to be talking about.
But you should prepare the list of
Yes.
the movies, the worst, the best, the most
No,
boring, the
you
most
know what?
interesting.
That would be like I did a lot. I watched a lot of movies actually.
Me too.
Selfless, no, Selfless was crap. He was not yet. Jesus, where is it? The
Not with
Voices.
Jesus.
Oh, the movie The Voices. We thought it will be like the stupid movie that we watched during the bad movie
Yeah.
night. It was mostly Ryan Reynolds plays there. He has a dog, he has a cat, and the dog and cat talk to him. And that was the premise of the movie.
Okay.
And we thought that cannot be good. And we watched it, and it actually was really, really good. He
Okay.
was he had a schizophrenia, and he was taking drugs, and he was keeping it together, but still the dog and the cat talked to him, but he pretended to be normal. And that ended because the cat told him not to take the drugs anymore to
Oh
get
God.
better. And that was so awesome. It is like a dark comedy, you know.
Yeah.
And the subjects are well, quite serious, but the movie is really, really good. This is the moment that I said, well, maybe I'm gonna start watching Ryan Reynolds. And actually, yeah, from that point, his career
From
started
some point,
to
yes.
to 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 grow.
Move
But
to
some
move.
movies with him before that were bad, really bad.
Yeah.
That will change that, but
Yes, that's true.
yeah.
And when you were talking about Wesley Snipes and his that he's a good actor, and everyone forgot that because of his action movies and because of what is going on with him.
Mhm.
I remembered poor Johnny Depp.
What's with Johnny Depp? Johnny Depp is a really good actor still, and he
Yeah,
still
but
plays actually.
everyone forgot about it because of his ex-wife, and
Mm,
he lost a lot of contracts because of the
no,
process. Yes,
listen. There's
he lost a contract in
yeah, but
Fantastic Beasts.
you know what? The Johnny Depp is it's kind of an institution, but I think that at some point he lost like interest in making movies. I watched like there is a tourist, there is crap, again I don't remember. This is one of the movies we tried to watch during the night of the bad movies, and we could not. After 20 minutes, I turned it out. That this is like okay, it's going to eat me, so I will check it out. But nevertheless, before this entire shenanigans started, uh, Johnny Depp's career started to sink. You know, he did like Pirates of the Caribbean,
Yeah, and it was
and
his end.
after that, Mordecai. Oh, Mordecai is the movie. My God, that's
Yeah,
such a bad
it was
movie.
good.
Oh,
It wasn't bad. Come on, it
don't tell me it
wasn't
was
so
good.
bad.
It was not bad. It was tragic. It was awful. I can watch bad movies. That movie was tragic. It had no plot, nothing. It presented characters from the very start like some kind of I don't know, parody, but it was
And
not a parody. It was a serious, and I could not get a handle. If you create a parody and make some jokes. There were no jokes. They treated the Mordecai, this character who appears like it was serious. Come on. The
and
same was with the when he was playing an Indian, Native American. What
yeah,
was that?
I remember.
Tragic movies. This is the that moment
was
that his career
Western.
started to sink and really, really sink. Actually, the Pirates of the Caribbean were still holding him floating.
Together.
Not floating, I would say. He still, of course, there were some directors who would cast him, and good director, good script. He could not go bad, but Johnny Depp was not exactly there. He did not play the good for a longer period of time, I would say.
Maybe,
You
but
know,
about what movies have you seen? His movie, not his movie, but he played the main part. Ed Wood.
Ed Wood, but it's such an old movie. No, I have not
Yes,
seen. I
but
have not seen Ed Wood actually.
Ed Wood, and after I saw this movie with Johnny Depp, I started to watch the movies uh, of uh, uh, of Mr. Woods. Why they were so bad? Because Ed Woods was told that he was the worst director
Mm,
ever existent, ever. And
no,
I was curious, so I started to watch movies made by Ed Woods. Yeah, they are terrible.
I think that's that I don't know. I don't know
You
full
have to
history
watch to know what I'm talking about.
no, I know about Ed Woods. This
Glenn
is
and Glenda.
something different. I never watched the movies made by him because I never was interested in it. But he is a product of a different era. Okay,
Yeah,
there
of
were
course.
the at that time the horror and the science fiction mm, companies creating movies, they was like spitting out movies. And if he just because he was bad, it doesn't mean he was the most awful mm, director, because he was actually hiring people for the scripts for many different things that were actually very good, but he mass produced everything, so that was crap. It was like
Yeah,
just the production. That was his business model. Okay, it didn't change actually. The business model still exists. Yeah, but yeah, Mordecai was awful if when it comes about this. Yeah, and he's playing like a, a ton of crap at that point. If Johnny Depp. So the early Johnny Depp was a very good actor,
yeah, that's
okay?
true.
But then after some point, I don't know. He just I think
He lost it.
he stopped caring. I don't know. He was
He just
so
lost it.
off
I think.
every time he was casted by Tim Burton. I just barfed almost. I stopped watching Tim Burton's movies because there was always
Johnny Depp.
Johnny Depp cast, and it was like so boring. So I don't know.
Not always in
Just didn't
animation. There
work.
wasn't
I
Johnny Depp.
kind of liked Dark Shadows. This was kind of a
Yeah,
vampire movie, but it had quite good uh, uh, concept to them. I liked the movie Transcendence, which most people did not like. It was science fiction where I
I
liked it
remember
because
this movie.
it's about artificial intelligence, and
I know.
Johnny Depp, I think, is transferring himself into the computer, something like that.
I saw it once and never again.
I
I'm
watched
not
it
a
and
fan.
I really liked it because he had the idea that mm, was lost, like somewhere in translation, I think. Uh, that the coming of artificial intelligence and this idea when we gonna start downloading ourselves into the computer, that the that will be the moment that the machines will take over the world, that it is bad.
Yeah,
and
but this,
in this movie it isn't. And the same thing was with I, Robot by Asimov. Asimov
yeah,
also wrote the entire all those short stories. They ended up always in a idea that those robots actually improve our lives. That actually the life that is after the moment the machines take over the world is not a bad world. It's actually even better world. And that
there,
and
but not in
now
Matrix and not in
yeah
and
and
not in
today
Terminator.
there's a wonderful quote by the guy who wrote the Fight Club.
Yeah,
Czech Palahniuk wrote a little book, his first book, and in there's a scene when there are random quotes, and one of them quotes is, "When did the future stopped being a promise and started to be a threat?" This sums it up, like we've changed our thinking about the machines, about the advancement that it will bring, like some kind of an unspeakable horrors. And the transcendence, I like it just because of that it was this, not this horror movie where it had people fall, that the machine and the Johnny Depp who transcended into a machine is bad and wants to kill them, which was actually not true. And that's because why I liked it. It was a different approach to the subject, or at least getting back to the old idea that the future can be good and the machines can actually help us, not destroy our future.
yeah, but I remember that we always afraid of everything we don't know.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh, come on.
come on.
This is
Most movies about aliens.
yeah, okay, but it's
Most movies about artificial intelligence, about the future. Have
yeah,
you
but we
seen the
changed it.
movie about the future that is wow, it's great, it's wonderful, it's like a Jetson family?
Yeah,
No.
yes, I found it. It's called Tomorrowland. It was
Yeah, but it's
by
not a
Disney.
movie about the future.
No, it's because movies are usually not about the future. Movies are
But
about the
movies
characters.
telling about the future, about
Mm,
what the future will be.
yeah,
But
that's
you know the subject and you're pretty interested in it, especially about
yeah,
science fiction
yeah,
future.
yeah.
Maybe we can start what we finished last time.
What?
What you were telling me, showing me editor, scavenger engine.
It's not our future.
Our, yes, it is. We're working here.
Yeah, but that's not our future. It's our present.
Our,
Present. Right now. Present.
yeah,
And
but the
I
future
would
depends on
be
it.
very glad if this editor and working and still
It
putting
works
this
already.
game
Last time, uh,
into a shape would
a few
be
days
behind
ago,
me actually.
I have a question for you because a few days ago, I had a question for one of the Facebook users. What editor, what the scavenger engine provides why it's better than every editor before?
Why?
Yeah,
Well, we cannot speak about every editor that is out there when it comes to I don't know, game editors, but what is better? I can only tell you why it's different. I think it's better from the one reason, and I talked about it before, and I said it very loudly. I don't have the program in it, and while other editors pretend they don't need it, they actually do. programming skill. They will always say in the commercial and basic tutorials that you don't have to program anything in this, and then there is a step where there is checking some kind of a requirement, like you have to give a character a torch, and you have to ask the game, does the character has a torch, yes or no? And then suddenly he goes, there is only a little of the code and it's very simple, and he starts coding. Crap me. And they always lie this. Okay, in here we have the same thing. You don't have to do coding. You have to create objects, yes, but those are not, you don't have to write any part of the code. There is nothing.
Yes, you're just creating the story and objects and relations and stuff like this.
Yes,
Yes,
yes, I have properties, I have objects, and I have
you're just
values,
a
and I set
creator.
them. And then yes, you are a creator, and then you have nodes, and you, those nodes actually hold not only the requirements, the elements that will check, but also the story, actually the entirety of the story. And you don't have to program them. You just click things, you just select things that you predefine earlier, but you don't have to like type in code, know any commands, know
Yeah,
anything. You just have to know where data and what property, and you call everything in here on your own. You just don't give a crap about any programming language, any,
you're
you
just
don't have,
creator.
yeah, you just create. And that's the one thing I was recently watching, exactly what I told you about it. I was watching one of the most popular engines right here, right now, the RTC3 draft. RTC3 draft does exactly during the tutorial. There is a basic tutorial on YouTube, and I was watching it, and it's exactly the same thing what I said. And you will not have to program anything except in his. We have to type in some code. It's very simple, but look what I'm doing, and he's typing the code, and I'm saying, yeah, no programming at all. Crap me, we don't have to do this. There is nothing in here in our editor. We don't have to program. You just create some instances, you create different objects. I know it's kind of sometimes creates limits, but those codes, those elements of codes that are in RTC actually are not absolutely, they don't give you anything more that we have in this in our scavenger engine. I assure you. There is nothing here. I never typed any part of the code in this engine. Okay,
Yeah.
so
So this is this big difference.
yeah, that's the main difference in the core strength, I think, of our engine. It's not pretty. It's kind of can be cluttery, because we create scenes, and in it a lot of nodes, and nodes are not the most how to say it, well, they don't present themselves clearly, like when you try to scan for some information where you might have made a mistake or something like that. They are really really annoying in this area, but it doesn't matter. It's still, there's no programming, no code, no
Yeah,
things. And
and
it's
I
funny
just
thing, sometimes there's I what what I noticed also is that we compacted some things in a smart way. Łukasz did, actually, our programmer. He inserted like things like what change, what state will be changing, the changing of different values is always in the nodes with the game in itself. and we don't have to create like additional nodes, any additional information that would clutter even more our whiteboard. Okay,
So you
and
just
again,
have to create again.
I will tell you what the difference in RTC is. Okay, so in here I have like a choice and I have a paragraph. Okay, I make a
Yeah.
choice and the paragraph is displayed. And if I want to mm, create some kind of a change or anything in it, I'm doing it on the in the nodes, and I do not have anything cluttered. But in RTC draft, for example, between the connection of the paragraph to the option, I would have to add additional windows, additional nodes that check the exactly what I said, to check the properties and the values or the objects. If the character has something, the ability is high enough, I would have to add additional object. And imagine that I would do this to this scene where I have like 100 of nodes right now. That
Yeah.
would mean that if I have to create additional instances, I don't know, objects on this board that would check values, then I would have like I don't know what it would be like. It would be like a landfill, and I would be searching through the junk. Where is it? Where did I put this information for the player? I would
Yes.
not know where to find it at all.
I just
So
imagine these big scenes I was
yeah,
translated, and there was
yeah,
60,
exactly,
70 pages of it.
exactly. And imagine that
Yeah, and
is
all of this in those squares.
yes,
It's a lot of squares.
additional new. The this is how it is done. For example, in the most popular right now dialogue story creation editor. So yeah, that's I think that is our main strength, the core strength of our editor. Not only we don't require any programming, we don't clutter that view with too many information. We packed them into the things that are already there. It would be like, oh, for example, in here in the screen I'm showing you, this is something I do not like about our editor, but I have to agree because it has to be like that. This is a test. This is what I don't like, because I'm creating first the choice for the test. It's a special node, and then I have to create additional nodes marking the result. Of course, I couldn't in our architecture of our nodes and choices, we could not do this any other way. But this is exactly the example of everything that is done in RTC is done in every instance, in every checking of requirements, in introducing any changes. This is done by additional window, which would be like a choice result, choice something like that. It's very annoying. I think we still have some shortcomings and things to implement later on, but yeah,
Yeah,
this
a
one
lot.
is but
A
this
lot of
what we
squares.
have is really saving us a lot of space, a lot of information, and it's
Yeah.
quite compact thanks to that.
And while
Mm,
you're writing, you know what is where. You
sorry,
know what to
could you repeat it?
connect with. Yeah.
Yeah,
While
yeah,
you're writing and putting in it what you write, what you wrote, you put into the scavenger engine. You know what you wrote, and you know what
yes.
to connect with what.
Yes, so, some things are better in RTC. I will not say that they are not. I saw like on the scraps of another Arcwave editor, I think. and it was very similar to RTC Draft. So I think it works in the similar way. The problem we join, for example, this kind of a presentation of nodes with this kind of a presentation of text and selecting a menu only by description. The other engines are doing it with a graphic presentation, and it sometimes makes clearer and easier to follow the paths between different, for example, instances. If I would have like scenes, also like some kind of objects like nodes, we could see where this scene is connected to. And for example, we don't know this scene that we have here. Explore łącznik, explore tree łącznik. This is my title. ID 36. We don't know to which scenes it is connected to. You cannot find this information unless you know where to search for.
Yeah.
Right? You can only find it here, and it's like a very long road to actually find where this scene will lead, where it will be connected to which other scenes, you know. So this is one of, for example, shortcomings when compared to the, like I said, the most popular right now, RTC Draft. Yeah. It's presented in a graphic way there, and this scene would be shown as a kind of a node, and you will see what other scenes are connected to it, the paths between them, to be, well, easy, will be easier to follow. But it's not something like you can still check those things in here. You only have to know how to and where to look for them. I think our also engine is a bit more complicated, I think, but I'm not sure. I cannot say this with a clear heart because I don't. Like I said, I watched the tutorial. I looked at the RTC Draft, and I have not delved into it. I did not create anything in it. So this is like my wild guess. There in here, but it's like with everything else. Our engine stands a little bit too close with a different exceptions. You know, this is the rule, but there is an exception. You know?
As always.
And but the lean and nice software would have rules, but as little exceptions as you can possibly do, and we are quite open to those exceptions, right? And I'm not sure how RTC Draft stands on this subject, right? I have not checked it out enough to know if he has a lot of exceptions or not. Because exceptions are always bad, you know, because when you start working with something, with some tool, if you have too many exceptions, then you have to remember a lot of rules that are applied to many different objects. That any object is different, you know. This is annoying.
But the most important thing I think is what you showed me last time, that it actually works. Yes, we have changes in the game. We can see the changes in the game on every step we make.
Yes. Yes, we can introduce them. We can search them. You know, well. Yeah. So I want, because we have like 14 minutes on left.
Yeah.
And last time, as we were leaving, I said that I will show also items, unless we have some other questions somewhere else, but leave them to the end. I will only show like quickly an item, because again we are here. There is a Grant, right? He's a character, and during this event, we can, if we check it out, we're gonna see that the Grant has a helmet. He really is concentrated on a helmet and on a weapon. He has like a shotgun that is specific and a sword. Right? There are three items. The two of them he takes them with himself when he leaves the scene, but he leaves a helmet. And it's an item. We can create items in here. And for items, there's items are a completely different set of data, right? Because we have properties, we have objects that drive our game and show where represent all the things that happen in the game. But items are completely different. They are not governed by properties or objects. They have their own menu and they are own instances on themselves, right? And I've created already one item of the set, of the Grant set. He wanted his character to be called Butcher, so it's a Butcher set. It's completely original name. No other game ever had anything to do with Butcher. So,
Seriously?
no, it's a joke. It's a Diablo joke. Okay,
Okay.
so yeah, we're going to have like a Butcher set. This is his gun, right? His wave shotgun he's using. But in the scene, the character can find a helmet also. So now I'm going to show you how I'm creating an item, okay? So first of all, we have item label. This is a name that we are... This is an in-game name, okay? So it can be any abstract name, and player will not see it. So in order to help ourselves what we are looking for, we can create our own labels, our own names for those items. So if this is so this helmet will be like a part of a suit, right? It's a mod actually. So I have marked modes like MSSS. I don't know why, but I did. So if this is a mode for modification spacesuit, okay, MSSS.
Okay.
And we're gonna call it, because he has, it's a named item, we're gonna call it El Mascara. I think Mascara. I wanted it to be called the mask, only in Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
Right, I'm gonna check on it. Wait, if I find it. Finish with where is it? Okay, here. I'm going to check how they were called exactly, because I don't remember. Rugido, La Mascara. La Mascarilla. Yeah, that's how good I am with
Spanish.
that's how I good with Spanish. Yeah, I'm not the best one. The best.
You
I
need a
only
bit of
learned the
training.
basics of this language.
Yeah.
My wife studied it for more and really liked it.
I was
So
learning
I
it
get
for
the
2 years.
the basics, and I'm every time I'm adding something in Spanish to our game, I have to consult with her.
I
Okay,
understand that.
La Mascarilla. Right now we have like the second window, the name for the object, and this is the name that will actually be presented to the player. Okay, so now I will have like La Mascarilla and
Mascarilla.
Mascarilla, exactly.
Mascarilla.
No, you should not. Okay, and this will be like this is Polish, so sorry I wrote in Polish helmet, but I will do it for English version as well. Helmet. Okay, so now we have like a name that will be displayed on with the item, right? So now we have like information about what type of the item is. We have like three types in our game. We have loot. Loot means that it's an item that can only be sold. It's some kind of a valuable item that will be laying in your backpack and will never be equipped in any way. You can some loots can be usable, but they will be usable from the backpack and you don't have to equip them. But this is actually an equipment. Equipment, which means you have to wear it in order
Yeah.
to have its bonuses applied. And there is usable equipment. Usable equipment is an equipment that you can wear. It will give you some kind of effect, and also you can use it in some situations, and it will provide short-term bonuses. So for now, the helmet will be equipment. It will have a value of 32,500. Cost of usage in supplies. If it would be a usable equipment or anything, it would require our supplies to be reduced when we are using, and we would define it here, but it won't be used, and the cost is not important. Also, I introduced the idea of tech level that I will be checking from time to time, and it represents from how advanced technological period or place it comes from, because we are traveling through the graveyard, and the wonders we can find can be different and can be more advanced than our own technology. So I wanted to represent them. And now we can set up item icon. Unfortunately, most of the time we have placeholders. We have suit elements, and the suit elements are there is a helmet within them. So I think the suit element 5 is this one. I would show you how it will look like in the but it would mean I will have to switch windows. So for now, I will leave it like that. And now we can pick a set for the item. The sets we define ourselves in a different tab. Because I have already created one of the items of the set. So this is already made. It's a butcher set, and I will add it to here. I don't know why it's 0 items. It's probably something not working exactly right as it should. But yeah,
That's why it's not for
it will
sale
be work.
yet.
It's not for sale yet. It's work in progress, right?
Yep.
And now we have like statuses for the items. During the different paragraphs and options, we can also change or check for different statuses for items. And we have like few predefined already, like is it turned on, turned off. For this item, is it broken or not? This is not that it already is broken. It means it can have a broken status applied to it. Okay, so this is what it can have. We have also in here an equipment, and we have now we now define where the item will be worn. If you use this item and you apply this onto your character, what type of the item it is. So this is a suit type of item, subtype. We don't have anything for it. And for this, we also will not be given equipment skill because it doesn't actually do like affect the skill of the character, right?
And
No.
as if you made it an item, this helmet, that means that our character can use it,
Yes,
can wear it.
can wear it as a part
Yeah,
of the
okay.
suit. As a part of the suit, it will be like added and can be mm, moved into a given slot on the character sheet. Okay.
Okay.
So now we have like two tabs that are needed if we are give. Now we are defining what the given piece of equipment will affect. Okay, so for now this is an armor. So I think I will give it like it will increase the maximum health that the character can have. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because it can absorb some damage and save our character from harm, and it will
Okay.
give additional 10 health, maximum health. Of course, it doesn't heal him when he's wearing it; only gives him a maximum health increase for it. So when the given piece of a given item is equipped on the character, his maximum health will be increased. So when he takes it off, we have to take the max health minus 10 because
Okay.
he took down the piece of equipment, right? Also, we have like option for creating additional elements for the tests. For example, if we are going to add elements like we define keywords, and if the test we are creating will have this given keyword, then the bonus from this item will be applied. But for now, I will not be using it. I am only showing you the basic ropes of this item. Okay. And this is how we create like items. In here also we need to add a description, the short description that will be displayed when the player character checks it. So it is helmet from the armor, from the combat armor worn by Grand Butcher Matar. Okay.
Good
So
matter.
this is a description that you will see when you will check this item, and this creates an instance of the item. As you can see, we did not have to program anything, code and do,
Yeah, we just right.
right?
What we want.
And in here we have like you check the helmet. Here I have the option, the shielding or not. Here, check the option and remove it and attach it to your own spacesuit. This is here. In when the player will pick this option, it will cost him, like I've already implemented, that it will cost this option a piece of time to find this helmet and to attach it. So now I will give the player the item. So I
And
have like different rules here in changes, and this will mean that I need to add an item rule. Okay, I will
okay.
add exactly one to the backpack. What? And now I'm looking by the name. Mm, ah, La Mascarilla. I'm looking by
Mascarilla.
Mascarilla. By the name, I'm looking at this is what the player will receive if he takes this option, and boom, this is the player will get in here. In this paragraph, he will have, like before this description, there will be an information that he gained an item, he lost time that doing it, okay, available time for his further actions, but I will also have like an item that will be placed in his equipment to be used. And this is how we create items. It's simple. Of course, we are still expanding the database for our icons. Some are placeholders, some are items that are already available. So this is kind of a work in progress. The second part is still not done fully.
And
But yeah,
because it's 8 p.m., I have a question for you.
Yep.
Before I have to go.
Yeah.
And before I go, maybe you can show me how it works on the game or not.
I'm not sure. Actually,
Can you
that would
try, or
you know what? I don't have a do not have a prepared
okay?
this part, and if I will do a parsing of this passing of the data and then I will go to the game, it
I really
will
want
be
to see how
like
this item looks in the
it
game.
will take hour
Okay.
before I will set up everything for the engine.
So you're gonna show me next week.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would
that's
be
great.
the best. Okay.
So I think there's no more questions, or there are no.
I don't know. You have to check.
I
it.
don't know.
So,
I I see, and there's no questions. So have a nice week.
yeah, I hope so.
Yeah,
I will be
and
working, so it will be just week.
come on Tuesday you will see some bad movies.
No, it's I don't do that anymore.
Oh,
Unfortunately, I just
why?
watching the movies and then I'm finding out that they are crap.
Why you stop doing that?
Uh, well, there is a small problem that happened. You know, it's called children.
Okay, say no more.
Yeah, we cannot, you know, on evenings get drunk and watch crappy
Yeah,
movies full of violence and bad dialogues. Not to mention the story that is not there, because our child might see some
a
crappy
piece of it.
movie, and we want our children to watch good movies all the time. You know, like we did.
Yeah, that's true.
I
But
want to
when
show
we
him
were
E.T.
young,
I want to show him Goonies. I want to show him the original Star Wars before I will show him
yeah, and
like like crappy
this is
ones.
like the movies we were rising on. Yes,
Yeah,
we were watching while we were rising. I was watching the Star Wars, as you said, and Alien, especially,
yeah.
and Indiana
Well,
Jones
I would not be
and
showing
Bond.
aliens soon to my kid, but maybe one day. He's
Yeah,
too
but this
young.
day will be
He's too young.
wonderful to your child. Believe me.
Okay.
So, see you next week.
Yes.
It was nice to see you this time, and this time I'm not disconnected. Surprisingly, yeah.
Yes. Without this connection, I don't know what
Yeah,
is that. You haven't muted yourself even once. I don't know what's going on. Something
we're
is
getting
wrong.
better.
Well,
Maybe
you
that's
are. I was awesome all the time.
that's
Okay.
true.
So anyway, bye.
Bye. See you next time.